Hey guys, this is Red and Blue, your channel on YouTube for all things PSG on YouTube in English. Please subscribe. Sorry, I'm like thinking of other things at the same time. Second video of the day, so clearly shows. I wanted to jump on the mic because there's a very interesting interview of Vitinha just came out, done by the team in Ici Paris / Radio France. Which is the main local radio station in Paris. And so obviously they do a lot of coverage of PSG. And in this case, they managed to get a 15-minute sit-down interview of Vitinha in French, which is pretty amazing. And so I know it's going to go all around the internet, but I wanted to jump on the mic and like kind of bring you the highlights of it and give you my thoughts on it as well. So topic by topic, and I think they start by asking how he's doing and talking about like the fitness level and how he deals with the fatigue and the last season being so long and moving into this season. And so he says, I'm reading from my notes. I took notes on my phone at the same time when I was listening to the interview, so I'm going to live translate. He's saying, I'm in responsibility. I'm comfortable. If I help the team, it's the most important. A lot of games since last season, not a lot of rest. You have to deal with that. The staff is doing it very, very well. When you see the injuries, it's normal, but the staff is the key to feeling good. So really, like he puts it pretty heavily on the staff, but like keeps it very positive, honestly. And then he goes into what he does himself. And so he's saying, personally, I try to do all the things that professionals have at their disposal. So I do cold baths, cryotherapy. I try to rest. I try to sleep well. Nutrition is very important. I've got a personal physiotherapist. It's an investment. And he says, it's a big error / a mistake to not invest in your performance in this job. And he says, I'm paraphrasing, footballers are lucky enough to make a lot of money, and so it'd be a mistake to not invest in performance and invest in all of those things that helps. And he goes on, he says he's got a chef at home that's coordinating with the nutritionist of the club. And in the end, he says, you're never completely free of injuries or for being tired. But if you do all of those things, then in your head, you feel better and you can feel good. It's quite interesting. I mean, nothing super groundbreaking, but he confirms two things, which I think are very important. One, that at this level, all of the pro players, they've got their own staff around them that helps them, whether it's a physiotherapist, a personal coach, a chef, all of those things, but also that like the resources that are put at their disposal by the club. And I think, all of the things that now, like the technologies that we have available in the campus are pretty top of the line. So cryotherapy, like, and so on. It makes a big difference to have available. And if you think of Lorient that we're playing tonight, I'm not sure that Lorient has got cryotherapy available like at the disposal of their players. So it does make a big difference. Then he goes on to the next topic, which is they're asking him about his career and his progression so far and the journey that he's been on. And he goes into it a little bit. Most of it is not super interesting, but he says at the beginning he was in Porto, which is a very good school, and so progressively his whole journey has been building up and helping him get to where he is now. From Porto, that was a good school, but then moving on to PSG, he knew that there would be more opportunities to win trophies and win the Champions League and to be recognized on an international level. And he says, everything I've lived through, even Wolverhampton or the first year in PSG with the stars, and he says with I don't remember if he says stars or big players, maybe big players. But even Wolverhampton of the first year at PSG have helped me arrive where I am today. And so really this idea of all of the things culminating to where he is now. And he talks he mentions Wolverhampton a couple of times, which is interesting, like really in the context of, yes, it didn't work out for me, but I still learned things from there and I got better because of it. And so they asked him, like, oh, you mentioned like big players. So one of the ones that you played with at the beginning was Verratti. And what did you think of Verratti? And he says he was a wait, I've got to change my. Yeah, there we go. He says it's a privilege. It was a privilege to share the pitch with Verratti. He's a midfielder, 100% complete. Attack, defense, vision, technique. He's got it all. He was strong. He kept going and with the runs. Kind of slaps it on a bit heavy, so he gets carried away with his compliment because Verratti wasn't like the biggest runner of them all, especially at the end. A total midfielder. We were complementing each other as well, and it's too bad that we didn't get a chance to play together more. He's a magician. And he says he's a magician, which, from the ultimate magician right now in Vitinha, is really, really saying something. He slaps it on pretty heavy, but like you can sense that he's also like, completely truthful in what he says, and you can feel that, yeah, he really enjoyed the player and playing with him and so on. And then they talk about Luis Enrique going to PSG, and I think this is where like really the meat of the interview is at. He says the arrival of Luis Enrique in PSG is the turning point. He brought me to another level. I didn't think I would get there. When he arrived, I was not feeling good. I was not confident. I was trying to give my best, but I wasn't doing well. Pretty honest, and like really like he doesn't cover it up or anything. Like he really says those things. I'm really translating. Luis Enrique, I don't think he knew a lot about me. I showed him what I could do, and he liked. And progressively, I got his trust. I trusted more. I got more confident. I got to another dimension. I started playing more. Then the repositioning happened, and I took a different dimension. I feel very comfortable. I thank him a lot, and I've said it before. And he says after the Champions League final, I thanked him a lot. He really helped me. And yeah, same thing. He lathers it pretty heavily, but he's coming out as really truthful. He's doing the whole interview in like really quite perfect French. It's super, super impressive, and that's why I wanted to do a video as well. It's not like he's not being politically correct or anything like this. He's really saying those things. Then he goes into like the playing style and how he plays in PSG. And that flows pretty naturally from the Luis Enrique thing. I think it might like just continue talking. He's saying, I've got the same idea as Luis Enrique. I play as a 6 or I can play as an 8. Luis Enrique kind of takes it over the top and says I can play everywhere. And they're like, ha, 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 fun. But I see what he means. In midfield, I can do all of the positions. When he moved me to number 6, he told me that I could give in terms of moving the ball out of defense, in terms of being trusted with the ball, in terms of my vision. And it's funny because he balances it out, and like I thought it was really interesting. He said you cannot have everything, and so I cannot score or be close to goal as much as if he plays number 8. But I can dictate what we're gonna do, the pace and the rhythm and so on, and have a lot of involvement with the ball and the construction. I feel very comfortable. I'm further from goal, but when I feel like I can, I'll go there and I'll try still. And he says, I'm not a classical 6, and he's saying classical 6 usually just touch the ball once or twice before moving it on, when for him, he's keeping the ball in his feet much more and running with the ball. He's trying to fixate the players that's opposing him and go around. Luis Enrique didn't put me as a 6 straight away because I'm not a classical 6 and I don't have those same skills. But he saw what I could give that would be different in this position. And so it's really quite interesting because it's like you can feel that the way they look at the position between him and Luis Enrique is very personalized to his skill set and very differentiated versus what exists. And I think puts him in like such a place of difference in terms of what he can bring on the pitch and what he does. That's, you know, it's really a big contribution to his success and what he's been doing the past couple of years. And then, like, the last thing they talk about is being in the top 3 of the Ballon d'Or, and so in the top 3 in the world. He's saying it's strange being in the top 3 of the Ballon d'Or. It's the ultimate dream. When you're young, you dream about those things, but when you live it and you go progressively to it, it comes naturally. You live with less excitement, but when you realize what you've done and you look back, it's kind of a dream come true. And yeah, and then he goes on. Sorry, I'm like looking at my notes at the same time, but like he goes on and says it's you know, it brings also like new responsibilities. You have to keep to that level, stay at that level. It's extremely competitive with all of the other players who you know, have the talent to get to a top 3 of Ballon d'Or, and you have to do a lot. You have to do everything to stay there. And I mean, the best place to do that in PSG, and to do even better. And that's the end of the interview. And so, you know, overall, like, there's a couple of things in there. I mean, like, the first thing is that the level of French, honestly, like, shocked me. He's like completely fluent, and like he's talking about things in some amount of depth, and you can see the intelligence and the self-awareness and so on. That's really awesome to see coming from a player. Then you can see like the professionalism of it and how he thinks about his preparation, the support structures that he's got around him, the tactical framework of him playing as a number 6 or playing in different positions of midfield, the relationship with Luis Enrique. And then you can see that he's also very grounded. He feels like very normal, very natural. Like, you know, top 3 of Ballon d'Or is a dream come true, but it's just like, you know, the natural next step in the journey that he's been on, where everything has helped make him better over time. And he just has to do everything he can to take advantage and keep going and so on. And so really amazing. What a player. I love this guy so much, honestly. The tribute to Marco Verratti is also very heartfelt, and I think, you know, in the heart of PSG supporters, both of them are gonna have to live together. But yeah, like, really good guy, really good interview, and a lot of things. So anyway, wanted to drop on the mic to bring you this, give you like my translation and the key points that I noted. Let me know in the comment what you think of this. If there's any points that you think are particularly interesting, drop a like if you've made it this far. And you know, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified, do all of those things. Really, really help with the YouTube of it all. And you know, I don't say this enough, but like, thank you so much to everyone who's watching this and who's subscribed. Massively appreciate. It's such a fun ride, and I'm so happy for like all the comments and all of the nice feedback that I get from all of you guys. So thanks for that, and don't forget, ici c'est Paris.